Alrighty, I'm back. As you guys saw my community tab, I was kind of stranded down in Florida for a bit, but a lot of good things happened, and try to explain that while I'm fighting. But fortune puts a little bit of a delay on the UFC Paris fights I'd like to do. So clearly we're using Robert Whittaker. If you haven't realized, he set off to fight against Marvin Vettori this weekend, and Robert is kind of stuck in an interesting position. Rocked him there. He's moving his torso a lot. He's in an interesting position in middleweight because he has 2 losses to the champion, but the second fight was pretty competitive. Although I thought Adesanya won that fight, maybe I could see, maybe, you have to play around with the rules a little bit, but I could definitely see like somebody giving the fight to Whittaker, but it was by no means a robbery or anything like that. So he's in an interesting position in the middleweight division where he might just have to be like Holloway, just taking out all of the necessary contenders to get a third fight with Adesanya, assuming Adesanya gets past Pereira, which is crazy that that fight's happening too. And maybe we might see something soon before that fight, wink wink. So with Robert Whittaker, he has great body teeps. You can see that against Yoel Romero. Something I think I should push for like a buff for his body front kick. I didn't actually check his moveset before using them right now. I just kind of jumped right back into the game the moment I got back from my flight. Well, I went to train first and then came back here and I just started playing. Oof. The high kick. And I'm actually happy I'm fighting against a Jared because I'm pretty sure before the rematch it was Jared that he had fought to earn his rematch against Adesanya. Yes. Still got it. Still got the pivots. All right, Robert. The good thing about Robert Whittaker in this game is that he can be used in various different ways. He's shown a lot of different styles, but really the main thing with regards to his style is a lot of one-two head kick. That threat is always prevalent. Rock him there. But because whenever you're fighting, anybody with a brain, if they fight a Robert Whittaker, they know that 1-2 head kick is coming. So I'm going to try to throw the 1-2 head kick, especially the 1-2 ducking roundhouse, but I don't want it to get ducked to where I fucking risk getting flashed or anything like that. Maybe like in later rounds or whatnot. I'll try it. But so far, really smooth. He also has that oblique kick. Step him there. Ah, my fuck. Fuck, you see what I mean? What the fuck? And I know he didn't even know I was throwing that. He just fucking guessed. But anywho, Rob is extremely dangerous in the pocket. Although a good Adesanya can give Robert Whittaker fits as long as you chew apart the legs pretty well, intercept them well to the body, and don't stay in extended boxing changes because taller fighters tend to suffer there. But for those of you who don't know, I was down in Miami helping out my girlfriend get us settled for DCP and everything like that. And TSA was on some bullshit. Made me miss my flight, but thankfully a buddy of mine who was an Olympian for Honduras, he just so happened to be in Orlando, and I was able to stay at his place. Well, where he was staying at. It was basically like a freaking mini mansion. He was helping coach the guy's son. I go over there, I'm like, holy hell. So got to train with him for a bit, and then the day after, Virginia Tech came by. Their coaching staff came by, so I got to have some fun getting taught a few things by them. And there was some pretty good D1 wrestlers there as well, so definitely had my fair share of fun. But back to the fight, and for all the guys that were wishing me safety, thank you guys, I really appreciate that. Just gonna work the clinch here. I also noticed there was a fighter update. I saw Luke Rocco got a chin to 89, and I like that. I see his recovery still in 85. Harsh, I see why, but I'm still kind of giving him 87, you know, show him a little bit of love and whatnot. And if you notice right now, I'm using a lot of the blocking slip pivots, mainly because I've seen Rob use that, especially in this fight against Darren Till. Use it a bit of times against Adesanya. I really want to go for the lunging jab too, but I don't want to force that. The slip jab, much easier to risk going for in the lower weight divisions. I'm not too confident in my timing right now. to try to land it at middleweight. But I am perfectly okay with playing, yes, outside Rob. Because he did such a fantastic job against Jared. Like, drawing Jared in. For fuck's sake. Anywho, drawing Jared in and landing his very, very hard stinging counter. So that third round was pretty scary. I think Jared had landed like a head kick or a right hand. I would have to rewatch the fight. Like, I still remember good parts of it, but I do remember Whittaker got stunned in a later portion of that fight and then had to take Jared down to be like, yeah, hey, chill. Jesus. Alright. Okay. So let me give y'all some free game. Alright? If every single time he goes double jab or whatnot, he starts his alternate exchanges, like right there, like literally like clockwork. I don't have to know what strikes he's throwing. I just have to know what the order is going to be. If it's going to be round, okay, get him out. Round strike to straight strike, etc., etc. That's all we really need to know. He denied that. But when people are using the same strike setup, I get fucking reversed. That's my fault. That's cool. We'll get to guard. But anyway, when people are using the same strike setup to start to land their combinations, you can kind of read that. That means you don't necessarily have to counter. Reverse that. Have to counter right away when they're going for their double jab. I'm gonna go for the slip straight counter now, since now I know that's pretty much the only lead that he knows. But it's if you notice, it's been a lot of double jab. Okay, now I'm gonna throw a different combo. Double jab. Now I'm gonna throw this combo. And a lot of people don't recognize that that's a pattern that you build, and then any opponent that's cognizant of that is going to try and punish you for it. And no better man than that will be Robert. Although with Vettori, I feel like we're talking Robert with Vettori. I did mention in my showcase, Robert will be willing to grapple with Marvin Vettori. Vettori, he does have a nice guillotine, but I don't see him getting that on Robert Whittaker. I see him fucking just randomly slipping all over the place. This guy's one of those dudes that just he starts just moving. He just starts alternating his block, slip, block, slip. So you know what? Let me give y'all some more free game. I'm gonna show you how to deal with that. Okay, you see how he's going off of a 1, 2. Haha, yes. See that? 3, 1 to the body. So instead of throwing like my strikes going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, because he's moving his head the way he's doing it, I'm just gonna slow down that second strike. By slow down, it means I'm just gonna delay just a little bit. Well, okay, you see that? Now he's doing that shit again. We go to the body. We're gonna chill. We're gonna relax. You see that? All we have to do is just close a little bit of distance, and now we're getting a lot of head movement reaction. But he's in no way in hell can he win this fight at this point. And he quit. Yeah, he was frustrated. He quit. He couldn't do anything. Good win. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. We still have, I think, about like 20-ish minutes or so on ranked championships. So hopefully I can get like an Nate Diaz fight in, because he's gonna fight Chimaev soon, and Chimaev. So okay, yeah. So be right back. All right, just a man who I wanted to see Israel Adesanya. You know, it's weird. I was choosing Vettori, right? And then I was getting a bunch of Robs. And I choose Robert, and it took a while for me to get middleweight again. And then I'm expecting, all right, hopefully maybe somebody would oblige and choose Vettori. But no, this guy went Izzy, which is okay, which is okay.
Yes, he has to maintain distance.
Okay.
He's a taller guy. So every time
check that one.
the opponent tries to enter, he's going to have to take something on the way.
See, the thing about Adesanya players, especially like this, okay, this is okay, I see exactly what it is. This guy has hair trigger counters. A lot of Adesanya players, especially with the way he's playing, see how he's doing footsies really well. He's going forward, and he's just gliding out of range. He's trying to lunge. Body rock him there though. And he's also doing circling pretty freaking well. You notice how he's not just going back and forward. He's also moving to his left and to his right. It's an underrated thing that not a lot of players do. enough of. I remember there was a comment in my comment section. The dude was talking about every time I go forward, I get hurt. And I'm like, you gotta also move laterally. That's how you get your little slight angles. Huh? See that? It's tagged by the head kick, though. Chill. Disengage, disengage. With beating Adesanya players, depending on how they're fighting, if they're just walking up on you, we're going to get this takedown. If they're just walking up on you, and they're not really smart in the boxing exchanges, how fuck did I not deny that? Oh yeah, fuck that. A little bit of delay there. If they're not really smart in the boxing exchanges, you can pretty much get them out of there pretty easily. But you want to land a lot of quality versus quantity. See that? We just drew out that strike reaction. So this guy has a lot of hair trigger counters. So we just want to win small exchanges. Although smart Adesanya is like this guy right here. Like, this is a pretty smart for the most part. Because he's doing enough defensively to where I can't just walk up on him. Right? Lead hook to the rear body kick, and he throws a cheeky knee. Oof. Head kick again. Chop the leg. We've landed a better quality of strikes in this guy so far. Oof. That's right. Chop the leg one more time. You see, I like that this guy's not forcing what's not there. They're not forcing too much. You taunted? Bro, I don't think, unless the game is on some bullshit, I don't think you won that round, dude. You kind of got out quality there. I'm just saying. And you got body rocked. Okay. You want to taunt? Está bien. That's cute. That's cute. I'm okay with taunting if the guy's doing well, but I don't know about that, man. I'm kind of reading you like a book right now, but okay. No touch. Fuck you. But on the real though, like, this is it's how a lot of Adesanya players tend to play. This is how you should play with him. At least part of your game with him. Like, utilize your footwork, utilize the lunges. Oh, that stung. That stung. That was a pretty good body kick and a good head kick too. Get him down. Should we get a takedown? Nope. Oof. The knee and the spinning elbow. No, and a flying knee. Should we get him down? Yes, we can. Gotta take away that momentum. For fuck's sake. Ooh, he's clinched me. Nope. 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 Fuck off. You do not want to have to deal with Adesanya and their clinch knees. Any player that's using Adesanya, if they start to mix in the clinch and the striking, it is problematic. Which is something I'm going to say about Alex Pereira. If you watch a lot of his fighting clips, he has obviously great kicks, great punches, but he also likes to clinch at the end, like has these brief clinches at the end of his combinations, or he'll just straight up just ram a body knee. He'll just straight up start a combination with like a body knee. So I don't know. Maybe if nah, I'm not gonna say anything. But hypothetically, with Pereira, got rocked him there. Pereira fighting for a title. He should get added. Talia Santos hasn't been added yet. That's a takedown. Let's get that. But Talia Santos has been added, although she really honestly should get added before updates end. But you would think with Pereira and Adesanya, there should be a good chance that he gets added because, there's a good chance that he will win the belt from Adesanya. He's beaten him twice in kickboxing before. He can knock out Adesanya. He's shown that. And it would be a really, really bad look on EA's part if Alex Pereira becomes a champion and he's not in their most recent edition of a game. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
Certainly effective
He
tonight.
got out.
Many people have
It's good for him. I
gone
don't
away
care.
from this style of fighting. This man has embraced it, and you are seeing why he's one of the best that we've seen do it in a long time.
Yeah, I wasn't taking any risk if that was being the 1-2 high kick. Got him there. I've kind of figured out how his responses are. So this kind of applies to me too, which is something I've cheeky knee. Something that applies to me too that I've worked on, because I used to be very hair trigger happy. Like I'd be, and what I mean by that is that, like, when you see something, you're just trying to counter it right away, and that can be enough to dissuade an opponent from throwing offense at you. And 80% of the time it is. Like if somebody keeps countering you every single time you enter, it does make you not want to throw, and that's usually what happens. But you also have to kind of show a more diverse skill set after a certain time. Well, depends who you're fighting, so. But I've kind of have a good idea. See what type of responses I can get from this Adesanya. Ooh, big mistake. That whiff killed him. Alright, now we can chill. Nope. Dropped him there. Alright, we go inside control. And he quit. Well, you know, that's going to be it for Robert Whittaker. I think that's going to be enough for Robert. But what are my thoughts on UFC Paris this weekend? I think Whittaker should win this fight. I can't see Vettori putting it off with the right game plan, but we gonna know soon. Rare 17, appreciate all you. I'm out of here.